Hello, 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 Sagittarius. Welcome, welcome. For those of you that are brand new, my name is Patty. I am your intuitive tarot reader for today. I'm also an intuitive empath, as well as other gifts and abilities. But I'm going to also be mixing astrology and numerology into your reading for the 17th through the 23rd. So I'm really excited to do this reading. I don't usually do readings at this time of the day, but I felt the urge to do it, so I am doing it. So let's get started. For those that are new, I am going to pick 3 oracles. The first oracle is the divines. The second oracle is the current energies. And the third oracle is the future energies. However, those are more the planets of what's going on out there in the universe. So just know that these energies are all working together. So Divine's card is if you're asking the Divine for something, or you're in a struggle, or you're trying to figure things out, you just aren't quite sure what to do, or an event's happening, you have to make a decision on, this is your card. Okay, so I hope this resonates with you. If it doesn't, this is a general reading, so I do have several energies that come through because the downloads the Divine sends me and wisdom sometimes comes from our ancestors. So let's have some fun and see what is going to be going on here. Again, so this first card is definitely of the Divine. Interesting. So what's going on with you guys, Sagittarius? Oof. Something definitely is going on with somebody out there. And it's time for an awakening, it seems like, or to be awoken, or pay attention to something. So the Divine's card for you is strength, and it is the number 8, which is about your rewards and your progress. So again, this is the Divine's card, a message to you guys for whatever is going on in your life. They're having me look at what is between her foot and her toe. There is a butterfly off of her foot. So whatever you're going through is a transition phase. And this is, yes, going to take strength. However, there is light all around you, and it's going to turn out just fine. They're asking me to look at the light, and these look like little fireflies kind of thing around. However, her foot is pointed towards that butterfly, and they're saying, look at the butterfly. Now, I don't know what these little green things are in between, but they definitely are flying. They asked me also to look at the tree on the very top of the earth, or whatever planet they're saying that is. And the tree has a foundation, has a core, has some really, really strong roots. So whatever you're going through, this is a process. This is a transition. Say, hang on to your true roots, your true standards, your true integrity, your true core values, and just be strong in your integrity. The Divine is sharing that with you. This, again, it will become a reward. So when we transition in the proper way, or in the higher vibrational way, and also bringing yourself to a higher you, there is always rewards for that. So really sort of pay attention to that. But strength definitely is there, which means somebody has a lot of courage for whatever they're doing and whatever they're going through. And people do recognize that. I'll tell you, you may not recognize it now, but later down the road, just say, I can't believe you got through that. I can't believe you did that. I don't know how many times I was told that. But my strength is perseverance through any storm that I have. So this is something that perseverance may be helping you with. Just keep the Divine in your prayers and your meditation for that strength and for that wisdom to get through whatever it is you're going through, or the decision that you have to make. Because the next card, the current card, which is the 17th through the 23rd, this is, remember, these are oracles, so they're more theme-based. This is pretty much details, and it's the number 7. This is about your potential and ambition, and you've got to be paying attention to the little tiny details, the little red flags, whatever it is, even the good things in it you want to pay attention to, because this is about your path and your future. This is about your growth and where you're going. So really pay attention to that, because these 2 cards are working together for a really solid transition, a very strong transition into a higher vibration, higher you, higher learning, aha, I got it, never going to go through that again, kind of a thing, because the planets are all about what you're going through. Okay. And the planets here, the storm fields, they're number 9 because, again, that's intense. When you have to really look at the details and analyze something, that becomes intense because it really takes a lot of energy, a lot of strength to go inside yourself and say, okay, I really have to analyze this and be unbiased. Now, is this good for me? Is this not good for me? Are they good for me? Are they not good for me? And even though you might be attracted to the person, you have to really look at all the red flags, all the good things, and say, nope, this is not good for me. And then that it takes strength to walk away, break up, move away, because you're holding yourself up from your actual person that you should be with. Now, if it's a situation for a job or work or school or something like that, you have to look at the details. And for some people, it's looking at the pros and the cons. The pros and the cons. A lot of the time, people will actually write down the pros and the cons and weigh it out that way. This is where the divine says, I have to get you to really think deeply at the details so that you can make an educated, wise decision. So divine knows that we're here on the earth for knowledge and stuff. But the thing is, we have knowledge. He would rather have us have wisdom. Knowledge is earth-based. Wisdom is spiritual and it's second dimensional. Okay, I know I saw another one drop. Didn't you see another one drop? Maybe not. Interesting. That's interesting. I swear I felt one flip. Wow. Okay, so not. All right, so we'll keep going because we have the first card out is the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is considered the number 2 in the Arcana. And when you're looking at the number 2 in the Arcana, that is about a partnership or a balance or something coming together. And that is because you're looking at the details. So you're either pulling something together, or you're just going to say, whatever, and then it's going to dissipate and go away. So this is your choice to have the strength to really look inside. But being this is the High Priestess is the first card. This is extremely spiritual. This is about the second dimension. This is about love and unconditional love and compassion and caring and growing and selflessness. So when we look at the world, we're selfish. It's all about me, 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 I. Have you ever listened to a conversation where somebody is just about all themselves? It gets boring, doesn't it? So this is a two-way. This is a relationship. So with having the High Priestess, this is a supernatural relationship between the divine and yourself to bring whatever it is to you. Because we're in the waxing gibbous of the moon. From new to full moon, that's the waxing gibbous, and that means that it brings in abundance. This is the planets where it says, you know what, that storm's going to pass, and then everything is going to come, forward. However, whatever the storm is, you got to pay attention to it. A lot of, no, don't do that. I still can't bend over good, guys. I don't have to go back into the hospital, though, thanks God. For those of you who don't know, I had my knee replaced, and they were talking about maybe having me go back into the hospital because it's not bending the way that it's supposed to. But I don't have to, so praise God on that. Okay, so we have the High Priestess. This is beautiful. I don't know what's coming your way, guys, but this is beautiful. The divine is saying, whatever you're doing in your strength, make sure that you're walking in truth and you are requiring the truth, because you've got your wish card here. This is what things that you've desired, dream, want, have been asking for. This may come to you if you're really paying attention. You have to walk in your due diligence, though. Due diligence means you've got to walk in truth. That is where the strength comes in, because as humans, as humans, we sometimes want to tell a little white lie or fib or whatever, but each time you do, it's going to hold you back. because you just opened a door to that low vibration. You opened that door to a low energy. Did that just turn dark? I hope not. That just actually opened a door where you don't want it to open. Okay. So that's why I say walk in absolute truth and love, because that takes strength. Anybody can lie. Anybody can, but you know what? To try to keep up with that story and that lie, you're going to get caught, or it's going to fall short, or somebody's going to see through it. So you have to do your due diligence to pay attention when you start to slip and say something that you're not supposed to, or say something out of truth. Hold yourself, hold your tongue, because you want this. You want whatever is coming to you. You want that. And I, we started out with the High Priestess and then the Ace of Swords. So definitely you got to go with and if it's with somebody, you got to go with your there's somebody that has an energy for somebody. Oh, sorry if I'm turning bright red. I'm having a hot flash. Sorry. There is an energy for somebody, like you're like them or want a relationship with them. You got to wear your feelings on your sleeve. They don't know how you feel. I don't know who this is for. They don't know how you feel. So you need to open the door and tell them how you feel. Again, we're looking at the details. We're looking at strength. That isn't the easiest thing to do, to go up and say, hey, I don't know what you feel about me, but I just need to share this, because if we're not on the same page, I need to move on, or I just need to know where we're going. If we're going anywhere, are we just going to be friends? Are we going to go into a relationship? Are you thinking about being exclusive or boyfriend, girlfriend? And where do you want to take that? Because if somebody says they're boyfriend, girlfriend exclusive, it doesn't mean anything to somebody who's not ready to settle down. It just means that that's somebody that they can have sex with for a while and then leave. You got to be on the same page. That's where these details come in. That's also for somebody looking at a job. That is somebody who's maybe thinking about shifting. May look really good, but you got to pay attention to the details, because those details can be sometimes very deceiving. Very deceiving. Yeah, very deceiving. Look at that, the moon. I can't make this stuff up, guys. Can't be. And that's the number 9 again. In numerology, it's really important to pay attention to it. You've really got to hone in on that, because look at this. We've got 9 and 9, and then you've got the storms. You've got the storm as being 9. This is something to really take into consideration. We get 1 or 2 more arcanas, then we really need to pay attention to that. All right. All right, let's see what else. Oh, let's switch to another deck here. See, you guys are funny. Yeah, you do have to release that, don't they? Okay. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Somebody's really talking up a storm. Really talking up a storm. Somebody's getting bored also. So make sure that when you guys talk, if this is you or if somebody else is you, that make sure that as you're talking, that somebody isn't talking about them all the time. It's very easy. There's a lot of tools and tips and tricks to do to get the attention off of somebody else, because a lot of the times they're not even aware that they're talking about themselves all the time. However, this is where there's some problems, and it's a lot of communication is the issues. With this, somebody is talking so much about themselves as far as what they've done, where they've gone, what they've gone through, all about their struggles, their troubles, their trials, their tribulations, their challenges, and all that kind of stuff. And at first it was very, very interesting to listen to. Now, this could be a coworker, this could be a friend or whatever. It was very interesting. You were very curious. And now it's just sort of like whatever, you know, because it's getting boring because the communication is not a two-way street. So if you have that kind of a situation, definitely you can change that trajectory by asking a question in the middle. You sort of cut them off a little bit and just say, oh, really? So does that mean? And then you start telling a story about yourself, because it's really important for that person to stop and pay attention. Here's the thing though, here's the clincher, is if that person they stop and pay attention, but then they interact, you know, interject, like cut you short, they're more into them about their communication rather than listening to what you have to say. There's a lot in communication that you actually can really get from in the details if you're paying attention. And these are just tools and tips and tricks you can do to help maneuver the conversation or communication so that you can get it on track where it needs to be. But if the person is really all about themselves, you may be at a lost cause there. But this person at first either you were really curious or they were really curious and now they backed off. Boy, that sounds really familiar to me lately. But again, there might be just, you know, a little bit of miscommunication, a little bit of misunderstanding between you two. There might be that, but there's a lot of communication that needs to still be done in order to make things get to where you want them to go. They're going to go. It's going to turn. This is going to turn. This is like like I said, it's a transformation period. The butterfly down in the corner. It's a transformation period. This is something that actually is going to teach another person. I don't know who it is, but because look what we got at the end. Look what we got at the beginning. A very beautiful spiritual couple that is all about teaching and learning. This is about your soul. This is about your maybe a soul mate, or if you call it a soul mate or a twin flame or whatever. But this also is about your soul, your desires, what you want, where you want to grow, where you want to be in the next year or the next 2 years. This is about something that is hidden that needs to come to the surface. And this does take strength. This is going to take a lot of strength for somebody to stand up and believe in themselves enough to stand up. I know somebody just recently that they never would have said certain things. For example, they were in a really bad situation as a kid, of the abusive situation as a kid, and they couldn't really talk about intimacy at all their life. However, when they met this person, they had enough confidence. They had grown in their confidence and knew what they want, knew what they weren't going to do, what they wanted to do, and was able to tell that person, the opposite sex, that no, I'm not going to do that because that's my integrity. And when I get intimate with somebody, that's a soul tie. And even though I might want it, I'm not going to do it right at this time. It's because I want to go slow. So if you want to go slow, then I'd be happy to do that. And that person actually decided to go somewhere else. So the person that they had said it to, and they were really disappointed. However, they realized that it was a protection thing that the divine had given them. And that is really huge, because that is saying, well, they weren't out for your spirit. They weren't out for your soul. They weren't out for what was in your heart. They were out for just a booty call. And I felt bad for them. I really did. However, you know, they got their answer just like that, without wasting time, without going into it and allowing themselves to find somebody else, which they did. So being strong, because you know what? Here's the thing. If they would have went with that person, and that person, you know, never told them that they just wanted booty calls and, you know, to be, you know, get their way, then she would have wasted all that time, all that energy, and would have missed out on that opportunity, because it wasn't shortly after that she said that the new person came in. So yeah, this is really, really huge. Really, really huge. So let's see what else the divine has. And here in the next few minutes, what I'm going to do, if the divine doesn't have anything else, I'm going to see if there's anything else the divine wants to share. Or if there's any other energies that would like to come through, this would be the time that you can come through, please. I'm going to do the wealth, health, and love and relationships cards. This is a new deck here. It's still a little sticky. What do they have to say? Okay, you fell first. So we have the 8 of Cups and the 7 of Cups. Okay, so there is something coming. This is going to be really, I've got 2 energies coming through here. So for this person that is actually working on, you are going to really have to have some patience, because there is going to be a bunch of distractions to come your way. And what I mean by that, you need to make a decision of what you want and where you want to go and how you want to go about doing it. However, you're going to be thrown some distractions. So stay focused, stay on course. Don't dissuade of what you really want, or what you got your eyes on, and where you want the end result to be, because you're going to be distracted quite a bit. Okay? Keep your eyes on that center top cup and don't let go, okay? Because you're going to need patience. This is about your heart, your soul, your desire. Now, these distractions might be a little sneaky, because I'm hearing that they're very faint. They're going to be something that maybe is just going to be sort of light. Some cars, muffler. They're going to be sort of light and not really like boom, throwing a whole thing like a pie in your face kind of thing. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be sort of subtle. There might be several of them. Like on Friday, I had so many things go wrong. I was like, okay, what energy is going on out there? What am I being stopped to do? I had to sit there and wait. When the bank machine ate my card and ate my deposit, and I couldn't get the bank to help me out, and I had to make a phone call, and then I had a whole bunch of other events happen, and I'm like, you're not going to stop me. Whatever you're trying to do to stop me, it's not going to work, because the divine wants me to get this stuff done. I'm going to get this stuff done, and this is not for me. This is for other people. So I'm going to keep going. At the end of the day, whatever low vibrational energy was happening, it didn't happen. So be patient. Be patient, be patient, be patient. All right? Whew. And just really pay attention to who is really talking about me. I've got the High Priestess here, and then I've got the Hierophant. And the Hierophant's the number 5. Something's not comfortable. Something isn't good. I can't seem to shuffle today. Something is just throwing you off. So be really, really mindful. And I mean mindful of the details. Okay. All right. So let's see where we're going with this. So first I'm going to do wealth. And a lot of the times people think wealth is all about money. It's not. Wealth is about what you want wealth to be. That's your success, your accomplishments, what drives you to your next goal, those kind of things. It could be money. It could be material things. However, it might be volunteering, helping other people, teaching. It could be just whatever it is to you, whatever wealth is to you, raising your kids and watching them grow up and be healthy and strong. It could be, wow, amazing. That came up before, but not in that position. It could be just anything, whatever it is to you. And that is going to change. It's not going to be the same all the time. It is going to change. As you get older, if you accomplish something, a goal, it is going to change. That's just the way life is. Oh, wow. Okay, hopefully you were here for the reading, because this is going to probably tell you about your love and relationships. So let's get to wealth first. Wealth is, again, we have the double Hierophant. This is more, did I have something in my tooth? Oh, I did. I hope you guys didn't see that, the whole thing. Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed. The Hierophant about your wealth. This is something not tangible. This is for somebody who believes that their wealth is in loving and giving and unconditional love and volunteering and paying it forward, and they're not expecting anything in return. So what is it this week that you would want for yourself to bring you joy from the inside? Okay, joy from the inside means that you're going to do something. It's sort of a nice little feely feeling. There's usually that is more of a spiritual, a second dimensional, again, not tangible. This is something based from love, okay, divine. So what is your wealth this week? What I think is interesting with this artist is usually with the Hierophant, as you see, there's a couple students learning, right? But if you look at the Hierophant on the Final Fantasy, is it Final? Oh, Fire Emblem, excuse me, Fire Emblem deck. There's hands all over the place. They're saying, show me, show me, show me, show me, teach me, teach me, teach me. And that is really what we really should all be doing, is teach me about the spiritual side, the supernatural side, the awakenings. Give me the awakenings so that I can see. Give me the wisdom so that I can see. That's what I usually pray that every morning. Show me the wisdom. Show me what you want me to see. Let me hear what you want me to hear. Because I'm an empath. I have a lot of different abilities. And allow me to touch people, or let me be the conduit for you, not for me. So there's a lot of things that you can do spiritually. That's somebody's wealth this week. It's not a monetary wealth. So really pay attention what is important to your soul and your spirit this week, and what will bring you the most joy. That is your wealth this week. Okay, so for your health, Page of Swords. Okay, so a message coming in that is basically truth. So I love this card because if you look at the Page of Swords, there's two little people on the shoulders there. Okay, so that's basically telling me that somebody wants something that they probably shouldn't have. Okay, so it's like the little devil, the good angel, the bad angel. Yes, you can go have that cookie. No, you know that you're trying to lose weight. You don't need the cookie. You know that you really need to go work out, or you go take a walk. No, I just don't feel like it today. You don't need to go take that walk. That you've got to really pay attention to yourself and talk yourself out of not exercising, talk yourself out of not eating that sugar or whatever it is. Really talk to yourself on the higher vibration and push yourself through that. It is hard. It is hard. It does take strength. If it's something of your health wise, like my knee, gosh forbid, it drives me nuts. But the PT, I don't want to go to PT on Monday and Wednesdays. I'm like, man, I want to go. But do I go? Yes, I go. I push myself because I know it's good for my leg. It's good for me. It's good for, my future, so that I can walk around Universal Studios next month. Those kind of things. So the thing is, you've got to take that little angel that's telling you, you don't have to do it. Don't worry about it. It's not going to be a big thing. And throw them off your shoulder and say, nope, I got to do this. This is for my health. This is for my mental well-being. And get out there and walk and see nature, smell, feel the sun, get outside. Okay. And I guess we're not wearing masks anymore. So get outside and really breathe instead of breathing in those fumes and those fibers from your mask. All right. So we have love and relationships next. Now, this could be a really good thing. Depends on your mindset. 10 of Swords. Yep, it's ending quick. It's ending quick. But what is ending quick? We don't know. This could be something towards your relationship. It could be a lover's relationship. It could be something at work. Doesn't have to be, because it says love and relationships. Could be a co-worker's relationship, a boss and an employee relationship. It's ending, and it's going to end quickly. However, don't look at it as a bad thing. Look at it more as a growing thing and a protection thing. Whenever divine cuts anything off quick, it's either one of two things. Either you knew it was coming and you just didn't cut it off, so the divine cut it off for you, because if you don't do it and he's trying to get to a certain thing, he'll get there with or without you, because he can find somebody else that'll go. But if he really thinks that it's going to endanger you or it's not good for you, he'll pull the plug. So you really have to know that. So it's a protection thing because he was really doing that. The other thing is, if it ends really quick, it is something that there needs to be learned in that lesson for that other person or for you, or even both. So unfortunately, this one, it is ending. But here's the thing. If you look at the 10 of Swords, it is about truth again. It is also about the future moving forward, because it is the number 10. When something ends, there is a new beginning to be opened. Again, that door slammed shut, that new door opens. So this is a good time. It's a transition time. Remember, he showed us the butterfly. This is a transition time. So this is a time for you to really, pay attention to everything that is going around. And you know what? It may feel like a storm and the world is falling apart if something is coming to an end, but don't let it be there, because there's a new beginning. Where there is a death, there is a rebirth. Whereas there is a closed door, there's an open door. Where there is, what else? There is. But the thing is, that's the way life goes. And there's always a lesson in it for everybody in it. Whether you want to pay attention and be awoken to it and have the strength to really look inside, saying, what was that lesson for me? How can I take that lesson so it doesn't happen again, or how to move forward? That's up to you. So that is your reading, guys. That's the Sagittarius reading. Something's hiding. Something's really not being open and honest, but really be paying attention so that you can get your reward. All right. Be paying attention, because something is it's not seen. And it could block you from getting that. So if you're staying with somebody just because, you're weak to move on, you may miss out on that blessing. I don't want you to do that. I want you to have it all. All right. All right, guys, that's your reading. Now, I am going to do something new. I am going to be doing some 1-minute divine card pulling for each day. And it'll happen probably Monday through Friday, just for a couple of weeks to see if that's something that people like. I will pull one oracle for divine and one tarot card for the divine. And that will be your message from divine or the universe, or however you want, for your day. So look forward to that. If you haven't subscribed and hit the bell, you may not know that is going to be on, or when it is on, unless you just log on to my channel. But subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be notified when those 1 minutes are going to start next week. And that's pretty much it. So we will see you on the next reading on the 24th. Now, next 24th reading is going to have full moon and eclipse in there. And guess what? On the 26th, we have Mercury retrograde going again. Dang it. Anyway, that dang Mercury retrograde. And we'll talk about that then too. All right. See you next week. Take care. Walk in absolute truth and love.